the road to Jerusalem. So as you read through the Gospels, you learn about the origin of Jesus. You also learn about who he is. But it's very clear that the Gospel writers are telling stories that are leading somewhere. And ultimately, those stories all lead to the city of Jerusalem. Especially in the Gospel of Luke, you see this, where the book starts pretty wide and everything is driving all the way to Jerusalem, because of what Jesus needed to accomplish and do in the city of Jerusalem. And I think for us, as we think through this road and this journey of Jesus to Jerusalem, it really hits its defining moment when Jesus begins to tell the disciples that if they want to have anything to do with him, they need to pick up a cross and get behind him. He does not tell them that at the beginning when he calls them. I don't think they really thought that that was in the cards when they first set out to follow him. But after he has revealed himself to them in many different ways, and specifically he asks the disciples, "Who do you think that I am?" And Peter says, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." Jesus begins to talk with them about what is before him in Jerusalem, and that is the cross. And he tells them, if you want to have anything to do with me, you better pick up your own cross and get behind me. Especially in the Gospel of Luke, in Luke chapter 9, you see that the author Luke tells us that from this point on, Jesus set his face to go to Jerusalem, and nothing would keep him from it. And so as you trace especially the story in the Gospel of Luke, everything is pushing towards the city. And all the way along the journey to Jerusalem, you see Jesus out there seeking to save the lost. Especially you see this in Luke chapter 19, when Jesus goes to the house of a tax collector named Zacchaeus. And he specifically goes after Zacchaeus, calls him to repentance, and brings salvation to his house as Zacchaeus becomes a follower of Jesus. And Jesus says one of the most famous things in the Gospel of Luke when he explains why he had to go to Zacchaeus' house, because he says, "For the Son of Man came to seek and to save the lost." And that really is the explanation for why Jesus has set his face toward Jerusalem, because he's going there to do what needs to be done to seek and to save the lost.